Hello everybody, Josh Rubenstein, Public Information Director, and this is the Chief's Message. We like to bring you these from our area stations, and today we are at Southwest Division. First order of business, recruitment. It's everyone's responsibility.
Hello. There's often a refrain when we see people critical of law enforcement that we tell them we're hiring. And we do need to add to our ranks. We also know that the best recruiters are each of you. You know people, family members, friends, people who live in your neighborhood, that as you talk to them and meet with them, they'd make good police officers. So what I'm asking each of you to do is to invest some time. We've printed out some cards that we can carry and hand out to people who you would think would make a good police officer. Additionally, we're asking for individuals throughout the organization who want to mentor or help be a big brother, big sister, if you will, to a candidate, to identify yourself. If you reach out to our recruitment division, let them know that you're interested in sponsoring or helping, giving some words of encouragement to people going through the application process or actually entered into the academy. As chief, I want to support you in that effort, in that work. The future of LAPD really depends on what we do in these next few years and adding and bolstering our ranks with the next generation. I'm looking to you for your help and your assistance. Thank you.
Okay, Chief, this is our regular time where we get to ask you a couple questions,
Sure.
and questions that we get from officers out there. First one up, there is word that body-worn cameras are coming soon to those who are working those transit service details.
That's correct. So there's a notice that just came out, should be alerting people who are working coast details on MTA shifts of the fact that they'll need to be certified or qualified to wear body-worn video. So that training, if they're interested, they should sign up for it as quickly as they can with their training coordinator. We have not worked out the rules as far as how exactly the body-worn cameras are going to be dispatched or assigned to personnel, but we are formulating the plan so that I would expect by mid-year that we'll be in a position where the 200 plus shifts a day of personnel working various MTA assignments, whether it be bus or rail or at a fixed post, will be required to wear body-worn video just as our uniform patrols are today.
It's been pretty important that our officers who are in uniform doing those kinds of details all across the city have that body-worn, yeah?
Oh, absolutely. I think the body-worn videos have really shown to the public the difficult job, the trying circumstances in which our people go out each day. They are the best record for defending our officers against unfair and frivolous complaints. More than 200 of those complaints were unfounded last year just based on body-worn video alone. So it's a good insurance policy. It's a good backup, if you will, to make sure that people who encounter us, that we've got a good record of their actions. And so, again, the rank and file people working in patrol today, our GED units, our Metro units are wearing those body-worn videos, and 14,000 videos are being captured a day. But what we've seen is that with the hundreds of shifts that we have each day on Metro assignments, that we have a void. And so we have officers that are working in, again, difficult, trying circumstances, and a body-worn video camera tool will help us better demonstrate to the public what our actions are should there be a critical incident, should there be an officer-involved shooting, should there be some type of other aggravated circumstance that, again, we have something to back up the officer's account.
Great. In the news, certainly we've heard about the investigation into the way in which suspects are entered into Cal gangs. Where are we on that right now with the investigation?
Well, we've got a very serious investigation that brought to our attention last year. We started involving the actions of a few Metro officers. That investigation is still ongoing. We've got a number of witnesses still to interview. In the interim, I've assigned some officers to home based on information that we have right now. Not made a final judgment on them as to their guilt or innocence, but we've had other officers that we assigned to no field positions, again, given the seriousness of some of the allegations. While that investigation is unfolding, and let me commit to everyone, I've got about 24 personnel on this to get through this and to work through it, to understand the breadth of this. I'm confident that the investigation is going to show that this was not a widespread or pervasive issue, but that confidence has to be backed up by facts. And so this investigation, let's get it done. Let's understand if we've messed up, how do we fix it? If we have a training issue, we're going to provide training and added structure and guidance. And if someone lied or falsified information, then I will take action, hold them accountable. We, amongst our ranks, have to be able to depend on each other's words and the accuracy. There's no substitution for integrity. Now, during this also, we've looked at our systems and are identifying that we need to tighten up some of the definitions, if you will, of the 8 criteria that make up a person who may be suspected of being a gang member and their information entered in cow gangs. So we've actually written out each of those criteria and have called in all the GED units and all the Metro units to provide single-purpose training on what the criteria is, explicitly what's needed, and the information, the accuracy of the document that needs to be completed, and how that document will be reviewed by a supervisor before the information is entered into cow gangs. The critical aspect about cow gangs is it allows us to go out and solve gang violence. And gang violence in this city is still a very troubling and problem for us. And it's necessary that that be a database that I can depend on and that investigators can depend on and that officers are earning information that's true, that's accurate, and that's fair. I'm committed to ensuring that we'll do this investigation, determine the depth and breadth of this, and we'll move forward. For those that have not been involved in this, stay focused on the work that you have at hand. If you're involved in collecting gang information, whether it be working at a GED unit or Metro or otherwise, just make sure that your information is accurate. Take the time to record this and ensure that we're putting information in the system that's going to help us solve crime. We don't want to load it up with a bunch of garbage or just people who is, for some reason, someone thought it would be a good idea. This gang database is, the accuracy of it is critical, and to our critics, which right now are believing that this gang database should go away, I need to be able to assure them that the information we're putting in is tight, that it's accurate, that's relevant, and it's going to help us save lives.
And the last thing I have for you, this is another one where there's been a little bit of a spotlight on the department, just the way in which we use social media. Just some words of advice. I know we talked about this before.
Well, I think the vast majority of the time I see officers using social media, whether it's as a senior lead or a supervisor, a command officer, or just an officer on their off-duty time. I'm proud to see the human side of them, to see their families, their friends, their work associates, to see good work that they're going out and doing in encounters they have in the field. But I've also seen some that have given me some trouble, have caused me some concern because they've not necessarily been professional or they've not necessarily represented our core values. We recognize that wearing this badge, anything we say or do, is a reflection not just upon ourselves but upon the entire agency. Additionally, there's things that we see and experiences that we're a part of that are not just available for the general public to witness. So taking a picture of an offender, someone that we've arrested, taking pictures of evidence, articulating what a person's actions were, those are areas that we have to exercise a great deal of concern, or a great deal of attention to detail, and not overstate or override, if you will, our skis. Let's use social media to promote this department, to promote the outstanding work our people do each day, and live up to our core values. And let's avoid social media when we've got some personal rant or we've got some vendetta against a cause or something that happened that we think this is our bully pulpit. This badge is not that platform, and I don't want to see an officer, their career, their profession, be damaged or actually lost because of a tweet or Facebook or Instagram post that they made with some anger or perhaps some disagreement.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time for this.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Well, that's going to do it for the Chief's message. Big thank you to Southwest, and we will see you next time from another area station. By the way, if you have any questions for the Chief, send us an email.